So our next session is a series of HITEC Talks. These are TED-like talks that will highlight topics such as location technology, a CIO's journey, and building your personal GPS. Our first presenter is actually, bear with me a second here, is João Perez, Senior Vice President, Strategic Accounts North America for Oracle. And he's going to talk about why people matter, why diversity matters, and how to build your own personal GPS. João will share how to develop personalized road to success and how cloud will have a major play in our journeys. Please welcome João to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Buenas tardes. Man, who speaks Portuguese here? Boa tarde. Wow, we are taking over. We're taking over. And good afternoon, everyone. Andy, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Oracle. It's a pleasure to have this conference here in our center here in Redwood Shores. I actually live in New York, and so you guys don't get confused. I'm not from the Bronx. You can tell from my accent. I will try to give you a perspective in 3 chapters here. The first one is my personal history, so you can probably relate to that for the ones that immigrated to this country. I came here in 2000. I was born down in Brazil. My parents were immigrants, Italy and Spain. So I had this, not English, Portuguese as a third language. So I first learned Spanish and Italian before I learned Portuguese. And then I came to learn English here when I came work for IBM. And one of the things I like you guys to, for the ones that are starting career and for the ones that are working on diversity, is that I have a paper that we wrote for the CEO magazine that was entitled, I'm going to show that in a second, it's all about the people, right? So diversity is so important for us, not only here, but in a global business. Who here has global responsibilities? Show hands. It's quite a bit. So diversity matters not only in North America, but if you go to Japan, if you go to China, if you go to India, if you go to South America, go to Europe, you're going to find people from different backgrounds, people from different cultures, people that react differently to what we say in marketing, in value propositions, in meetings. And what I learned traveling, I have over 5 million miles on American Airlines alone, is that what we learn here as a diverse group actually has a parallel for the ones that are in global business. You guys know that when you deal with a problem or an opportunity in India or in China or in Japan, we are a lot more adaptable to those cultures. So when you go back to your teams and you talk about opportunity, the opportunity for us, and this is why I'm so excited to being here, is to create a network within our community where the whole network gets better. So this is all about networking. I'm fortunate here that we have many, many clients of ours today, so thank you for the ones, the Oracle clients. Our co-opetition is also present here. Our partners are present here. The only company that seems to have a problem to get here was Google. Anybody from Google here? Yeah, we have a small legal problem with them, so they couldn't find us using their when you do a search on Google phones, Oracle said does not exist, does not compute. For the ones that you can Google the problem, you're going to find out it's a $6 billion problem. But in any case, other than Google, everybody's here. And what I like about this event is think about your careers, think about how you got here. Your clients, your people, your teams, your providers. In the end, it's all about the people. So I managed global teams in South America, in North America. Today, my business is a $5 billion business. I have all the most strategic accounts for Oracle in North America. They were stupid enough to give that to a Brazilian. And for the kids at home, hey, Neymar's probably playing, so you probably should watch. And the difference between a business that is performing well, let's suppose we have a product line, and we are in networking, in services, in cloud, whatever you're selling, the difference between the performance in France for that particular product line and the performance in Japan is the people. The difference between the performance within the country between a vendor A and a vendor B for that segment is the people. The difference, and this is the article that we wrote for the CEO magazine, if we can get the clicker to work. It's probably a Google clicker. Yeah. It's all about the people, right? So the only thing that matters in the end is the people. If you develop new products, it's about the people. If you did M&A for quite a long time, is the people. If you do marketing, is the people. So when you go network outside this conference, I'm going to join you guys for dinner, think about the people that we should bring to these conferences and the people that we should network to get the whole network elevated. Because in the end, it's about the people. The difference between having a huge performance improvement in India versus, Thailand is the people you put in the product or in sales or in marketing and developing the products the same way. So to that matter, people say, well, what is the secret for success? So everybody gets that question. You go, any interview, any discussion. So what is the secret for success? I don't know if there is a secret, but there's something that I developed for my people that I mentored, for coaching people, and then I used for myself, which is what I call my personal GPS. Everybody should have a personal GPS. And what that means is you have a point A, right? So you're here somewhere. So we require like a mapping. And we're going to have Alejandro here with TomTom talking about, I think it's Leandro, with TomTom talking about GPS. I thought, let's use that analogy. We need to understand what we do well, what we don't do well, the experiences we have, where we are in the career, and then what the aspiration is. It's cloudy, 10, 15, and I'm going to use that cloud theme later. Years later, we want to be here. So if you look at a 15-year or a 10-year time frame, considering that we stay in the same job for like 2 or 3 years, it's only like 3 to 5 moves max. So imagine that you don't know exactly your capabilities and the things that we have to work on, and we don't know exactly where we want. I talked to people, like hundreds of people that we mentored over my career, and most people can't tell me, at least in a cloudy way, what I want to do in 10, 15 years. So I send people back and say, talk to your pillow, dream your dreams, somebody else. Sometimes we're dreaming somebody else's dreams, and think about location. Do you want to know different countries? Do you want to know different people? Do you want to work in IT, or you want to work in a different business, or you want to work in sales or in marketing? I'm an engineer by trade, and I got pushed to sales because probably I wasn't a good engineer enough. And I stayed there for like 30 years. And so what do you want to do? So that's your point B. And this is your point A is your start. So how do you get from point A to point B? And companies are the transportation mechanism for us to get from point A to point B. So never accept an offer, never accept a new job within your company if it does not make sense for your personal GPS. So the first job is create your personal GPS. It's not going to be easy. Write it down. So what do I know? What I don't know? Who my peers are, my supporters, my network. Because one day when you get a bigger job, somebody is going to ask you, so who do you bring to this company? I just got this job in Oracle, 18 months ago. We hired 70 people in like 4 months. Now you go to LinkedIn, you talk to the people that you've met in the past, everywhere, say in 4 months, interview 90 people, we hire all these people right away. And then we have an organization that is performing dramatically better, some of them are here, than what we had 18 months ago. It's all about the people, right? So think about your cloudy perspective. I know it's not easy. This weekend I met someone, 25-year-old, just graduated, joined Oracle, said, but it's hard. It is hard. But then you make your first plan, and then you evolve, and then you make the second plan, and then you evolve, and then you refine that for the third plan. But at least you know that you're going the right direction. And the story I have is, I had a friend, I created this because of a friend that was living in New York, talking to banks, selling mainframes, and one day he came to me and said, listen, I'm going to move to Boulder for the printing division. At that time, we had a printing division. I said, Winston, why are you doing that? Because I just got an offer. I think it's a cool place. I can go skiing, and it's a good idea. I said, well, okay, so what do you want to do in 15 years? He said, well, I want to be a consultant on the mainframe space for banks in New York. So you're here. You want to be here. And this thing is this way. So if you take that, first of all, you have to go talk to your pillow. And it may not be your dream, and it's okay. He came back and said, well, I was dreaming somebody else's dream. I really want to go move, change my life. And the guy's there in Rico now for 25 years. He's doing super well, right? So now let's talk about the cloud, which is the second part, the advertisement part of the program, right? There will be one day that there will be no data centers, right? I don't know who is selling cloud here or things related to cloud. The other ones should. So there will be one day that there will be no data centers. I wish I had more time. It's the parallel with electricity, right? So there was one day in 1886, everybody had a generator in the house, DC. Then Tesla approached Westinghouse, I don't know if you guys know the story, with AC. The difference between AC and DC, the network can transmit electricity thousands of miles without loss. So you know the history. There is no DC. Everything is AC. Nobody has a generator, DC in the house, and everything is done in the cloud. You don't care where it's generated. You don't care. The only thing you care is the SLA. It's 110 volts, 60 hertz, always on. It comes through the outlet. And if you need to change it, you plug an API. That brick is an API. That's the definition of an API, right? So there will be one day in our lives, it's going to be 5, 10, 15 years, that nobody is going to have a data center. Nobody. So if I could give you guys one advice is when you go talk to your pillow tonight, after the gala, I hope you guys still can see your pillow after the gala, is think about you in 5, 10, 15 years and the changes that you can, and the impressions that you can personally make and the people that you touch in this new cloud space, right? So if there will be no data centers, if everybody's going to be deploying either apps or things in the cloud, how can you change that space? How can you transform your careers and transform the people around you doing that? That's what we are trying to do as a company. We have partners and clients that are doing the same. Again, that's my dream. This is the dream I have every night, is how can I transform the world and help people doing that and help the network to get better at that. Sometimes it's somebody else's dream, like my friend that went to Boulder. But I invite you guys to think about your personal GPS. This is a conference that you have a lot of people you can talk to, maybe discuss location, discuss, aspirations. Some people want to live in Asia, some people want to live in Europe, some people want to move from a state to a state, some people want to stay in where they are, and build your personal GPS and drive towards success. That's what I had for you guys. Thank you for your time. Welcome to Oracle again, and see you guys tonight at Gala. Thank you.
Thank you, João.